Himself stating na hindi lang 320 million ang pinamigay niya, kundi 600 to 700 million o higit pa at kailangan nga daw 800 million dahil higit 800,000 ang botante ng Cagayan. At walang ordinansang pinasa ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan sa pamamahagi ng tig-1,000 piso sa bawat botante ng Cagayan. Matagal na sanang natapos ito kung naging cooperative lang ang mga concerned agencies and officials na kayang sagutin at i-clarify lahat ang ating mga katanungan at katanungan ng ating mga kababayan. The Honorable Chairpersons of this joint committee, Congressman Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano and Congressman John Kit Flores of Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, the honorable members of the joint committee, resource persons and guests, good morning and thank you for your presence in today's committee hearing. Today, we continue our fight in the pursuit of electoral integrity and transparency. House Resolutions number 145 and 146 aim to probe the gross and massive unlawful disbursements and accountability of public funds in the province of Cagayan in aid of legislation orchestrated by Governor Manuel N. Mamba and PGC employees during the 2022 national and local elections. With the 8 previous hearings conducted almost a year ago, we have uncovered the grim truth that transpired during the 2022 national local election in the province of Cagayan. Ano po ang mga ito? Una, cash advances were rendered by 14 employees amounting to 320 million pesos 10 days bago ang election day. Nauna sa lahat ay walang legal na basehan dahil wala sa circulating COA rules ang pinaggamitan ng circular ng COA ang pinaggamitan ng. Take note na ang findings ng COA in the report only pertains to the disbursement 10 days bago election. How about the cash advances made from March 25 to April 27? Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa nailalabas yung total cash advances despite the interviews made by no less than Mamba. Video recorded and shown in Bombo was presented here at this very committee hearing. Himself stating na hindi lang 320 million ang pinamigay niya, kundi 600 to 700 million o higit pa at kailangan nga daw 800 million dahil higit 800,000 ang botante ng Cagayan. At kinumpirma na ito ni Vice Governor Vargas na noong nakaraang mga hearing, walang ordinansang pinasa ang Sangguniang Panlalawigan sa pamamahagi ng tig-1,000 piso sa bawat botante ng Cagayan. Bilang karagdagan, maraming requirements sa batas na hindi naman na-comply bago na-release ang nasabing cash advances. Isa na lamang dyan ang pagpa-file ng cash bond bago mag-cash advance. Mismong ang department head na si Helen Donato, isa sa mga department head yan ng provincial government, ang nagsabi at pinagyabang pa dito sa hearing na ito na ang pagkakaalam niya ay pwede siyang magkaroon ng unlimited cash advance kahit na wala siyang sapat na cash bond na final sa Bureau of Treasury. Si Provincial Jail Warden Catalino Tommy Arugay ay pinayagan din ng mag-cash advance for alleged pandemic relief assistance kahit na ang posisyon niya ay wala namang kinalaman sa nasabing purpose and despite being under oath, pabago-bago ang kanyang mga statement. Nakumpirma rin na noong na-distribute ng financial assistance sila Mamba, during the prohibited period ay wala silang approved certificate of exception. As confirmed by Attorney Rafael Olano, the decision partially approving the certificate of exception was only promulgated on May 25, that is 16 days after election. He further concluded that the effectivity of the approval by the COMELEC could only take effect on the day of its promulgation, which was May 25, again 16 days after election. No less than the provincial agriculturist Perlita Mabasa also admitted na may task force na binuo for the distribution of 1,000 pesos per individual during a time na covered ng election ban. Mga empleyado din ng provincial government ang mga membro ng task force na ito. Narinig din natin na maging ang radio program, Bombo, kung saan ginagamit ni Mamba bilang plataforma niya sa pag-eere ng kanyang mga komentaryo at pangbabatikos na pag-alaman sa nakaraang hearing na ang pondong binabayad sa Bombo Radio ay excessive according to COA and it was beyond the appropriated amount as confirmed by Vice Governor Vargas. Sa mga nakaraang pagdinig ng komite, kinumpirma ng Land Bank na may withdrawals na ginawa ang PGC during the prohibited period ng 2022 national and local election. Hindi lang yun, napag-alaman din po na hanggang gabi ng Biyernes, may delivery pa ng cash withdrawals. Ngunit nitong mga nagdaang hearings, nung tinanong na ang proseso kung paano ginawa itong withdrawals na ito at kung pwede silang mag-release ng necessary documents or information regarding sa withdrawal, ang depensa ng Land Bank ay hindi nila maaaring sagutin o i-release ang mga ito dahil sa Bank Secrecy Act dahil sa Bank Secrecy Act, despite that these funds that we're talking about are public funds. Sa COA naman, simula pa nung una, laging nirarason ni Mamba at PGC officials na cleared naman ang transactions nila sa COA. And during the course of the hearing, may mga constituents pa tayo who have constantly texted me na parang nag-aabogado si Auditor Eric Reyes for the provincial government sa kanyang mga kasagutan, and they were asking me bakit for several years walang ginawa ang COA despite the apparent illegality of transactions. But through the factual findings in these congressional hearings, COA finally released its findings and notices of these allowances na indeed may mga illegalities and irregularities committed by the provincial government of Cagayan officials. At dahil sa mga nadiscover natin during the past hearings, we now see the gaps and loopholes in our election laws, COA rules, and regulations, COMELEC procedure, as well as the problems in their implementation. That despite the blatant violations committed by the concerned government officials, no legal sanctions were imposed. All these need to be addressed by enacting laws appropriate in addressing the issues we have identified through these hearings. While significant strides have been made in holding accountable the concerned public officials for their transgressions, numerous outstanding issues remain unaddressed. The unresponsive behavior of the employees of the Land Bank of the Philippines and the seeming reluctance of concerned honorable commissioners from the COMELEC during our past scheduled hearings, notwithstanding the persistent and earnest invitations from this joint committee, underscore the urgent need for comprehensive legislations and possible policy reform. The unreasonable refusal of key stakeholders to participate in this inquiry impedes our ability to uncover the truth and formulate responsive legislative measures. It is a disservice to the Filipino people who deserve a government that prioritizes accountability and transparency in electoral processes and of public funds. With all that have been heard, transpired, and seen, ang tingin ng ating mga kababayan ay isa ito na grand conspiracy. Sa araw na ito na ating pagdinig, sana magkaroon na ng kasagutan yung iba at ang mga natirang mga katanungan ay masasagot na. Dahil matagal na sanang natapos ito kung naging cooperative lang ang mga concerned agencies and officials na kayang sagutin at i-clarify lahat ang ating mga katanungan at katanungan ng ating mga kababayan. It is my dire wish to end this issue, Mr. Chair, and give our kababayans the justice they deserve. Maraming salamat po, mabalo na imbaga bigat kanya tayo amin na po.
Thank you, Kong Lara.